y'all boys, man. Y'all already know what time it is, man. We back again with another reaction. Yeah! And today we got a serious type video, man. I've been actually seeing a lot about this just around the internet, crazy, like period, and it's crazy to just know that something like this actually happened. And not only did something like this actually happen, this is something within our generation of a very popular program right now. Y'all know TikTok. TikTok been going crazy right now, and it was an unfortunate situation that had happened. I guess it's still under investigation right now, but it says that a girl had been shot during a TikTok, and unfortunately she did not make it. And it's been a lot of skeptical. It's been very skeptical of how the situation even happened and how they do not know who did it. It just seemed like a very tricky situation. I'm not sure if y'all remember the girl who ended up in like a freezer. It kind of reminded me of something like that. I think she was at like a hotel partying with some guys, and she ended up in a freezer some way, somehow. And the security tapes was tampered with. Like, it was just so crazy, everything that really went on. But it's kind of seemed like this is somewhat similar situation. But I really don't want to talk too much on it because I'm pretty sure they have investigation. This honestly is a life that have been taken, unfortunately. So I don't want to speak too much on it because I know a lot of people sensitive about their family and things that happen, especially something like this that happened very recent. I think this happened about like 2 months ago or a month ago. But yeah, rest in peace to the beautiful soul. And y'all definitely smash the like button, comment, and subscribe for your boy. Remember, if you subscribe to smash that notification bell to get notified when I do post another video, man. I'm gonna try to hold my comments on this until the video is most likely over with, just because I feel like that's the respectful thing to do. Like I said, it was a life that was unfortunately taken within the situation, so I don't want to really put too much of my input in on every single thing or keep pausing it. But I will definitely say something when the video is over with, so let's just get straight to it.
Description for more. The most devastating cases we cover on this channel are always unresolved, and it's only made worse when there's seemingly a lot of evidence to close the case and give the families the closure they need. 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐬𝐤𝐿 died moments after filming a TikTok, and the identity of her killer seems obvious. So why does something about this case feel so off? Why does it feel like someone isn't telling the truth? This is the case of the TikToker who was murdered right after her final video. 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐤𝐿 was born on July 22nd, 2004 and raised in Atlanta, Georgia.
Whoa, hold on, wait. I know I told you I wasn't finna pause it, but I'm just saying, like, this is the second video that I done heard about something in the city that I live in that crazy happened. If y'all did not see the most recent reaction I did when the mother actually hired a hitman, which was her boyfriend, to murder their daughter that was 16, and this took place in Georgia. It was in starting with an A, Georgia, but then the guy was found in like Atlanta. But it's crazy, like the crazy things happen in the city that you wouldn't even know. Like, honestly, like I'm just sitting here cool and chilling, kicking it with my peoples, and things like this happen, And the crazy thing is, I don't even think this really went mainstream in Atlanta. Like, this wasn't on the Shade Room or nothing like that I don't know of. It's probably on the Shade Room teams, but something like this with a lot of stuff that go viral, at least on the internet, I'm surprised that this didn't make it. Real, it's sad.
Had a lot of close friends who nicknamed her Baby. Now, the pandemic and quarantine were super hard for a lot of teens, including 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐤. Her stepdad said that unlike a lot of other teens, she didn't mind being stuck at home that much, saying that she was happy as long as she had Wi-Fi and Netflix. Her parents were kind of worried about her being cooped up in the house for so long, so when they heard about a chaperoned party coming up for some of the teens in the area, they encouraged her to go. 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐤's stepdad, Ronnie, brought up the idea and said that it would be a great chance for 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐤 to socialize with other kids her age in a safe environment. Her mom, April, agreed and called the chaperone for the party to get the details. They told April that everything would be totally safe and monitored. The party was going to happen at an Airbnb where they had permission to have guests and throw the party. Since mostly everyone going was 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸𝐷 age, her parents literally had no reason not to believe that their daughter would head to the party, have a good time, and then come home safe and sound. That isn't what happened. The party was to take place on December 26th, 2020, the day after Christmas. The holiday spirit had everyone in a great mood, so
Whoa, hold on,
𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸
wait.
was just excitement. The holiday was to take place on December 26th, 2020, the day after Christmas. The holiday spirit had everyone in a great mood, so...
Okay, well, I guess this happened over a year ago, so I apologize. It's probably did go mainstream all over Atlanta, but I don't think I seen this on Shade Room Teens or something, but... So this happened last year, 2020, going on 2 years ago, basically.
𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 was just excited to get out and have some fun with her friends. She got all dressed up and was picked up by the chaperone, unaware that when she went out the door that day, it was the last time she'd see her home and her family. From the get-go, the whole situation was kind of off. It turned out there was no Airbnb, and the party was gathering at the Hyatt Regency Atlanta Hotel in Atlanta.
Something always happening in hotels.
Right? There's a lot of rumors as to why this was the case, ranging from the chaperone wanting to make sure that 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸𝐷's family couldn't find her, to a simple booking error that lost them the Airbnb. The chaperone had sponsored a stay for children at the hotel, which is basically when an adult pays for a room for a minor to stay in by themselves. This is also pretty weird since that's the kind of thing reserved for homeless teens or minors traveling alone. If a chaperone was supposed to be there the whole time, why not just book a room normally? Anyways, the point is that things were already off to a bad start, and the night would...
Honestly, black people don't care about that. They've been plenty of days. Your mama and them want to book you a hotel, the kid trying to kick it. Hey, just go book it. They're probably not going to stay. You know, it been times my mama booked my little sister them Airbnbs, and it's not, I say Airbnbs, hotels, and it's not like they stayed. So, I mean...
only get worse. There wasn't a lot of info about what happened at the party, how many people were there, or even if the chaperone was there the whole time. There was one important detail, though, that happened at around midnight. 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 loved TikTok and dancing, so she opened up her phone and decided to make a couple of videos while she was at the party. There are still 2 available to see on her account, but the one we're about to talk about got deleted a while ago. You guys saw that at the end, right? It looks like while she was dancing, something started 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 enough that she decided to turn the camera off. In a normal situation, I'd assume that she just got shy or embarrassed that someone saw her making a TikTok and was trying to look like she wasn't doing anything. Except, just a few minutes after the video was posted, gunshots could be heard coming from 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸's room.
Wow.
𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸, a woman staying in the hotel, heard the whole thing. They were shouting, "What hotel are we at? What hotel?" She was panicking. Minutes later, 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 went out to the lobby and saw 2 guys bringing an unconscious 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 out of the elevator. And they told 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 she'd been severely injured by a bullet. While they ran to get help, she stayed with 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 and held her hand as they waited for the paramedics to arrive. Allegedly, 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 took a video of the EMTs trying to resuscitate 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 because she figured it would help with the case. But if anything, it just added to the questions.
Hold on.
Help with the case, but
wait, so that's so confusing. Like, the dudes and the girl was there, but she was the only one to get hurt. Like, that don't make sense, man. People need just like this girl definitely deserves justice. I'm gonna make sure that I keep my I'm gonna look into this. Actually see that they end up finding out who the actual killers was, because that don't make sense that out of a party that you the only one to get hurt. Like, just imagine, like, you trusting your kid to go to one of her best friend's parties or whatever it is, and they not making it home. The saddest situation, man. And you think your daughter will be safe with some kids they age, that your daughter the only one that didn't get to make it home, is very heartbreaking, bro. You know, I'm just prayers for her family, for real, man. Prayers out to her family, because I know they need it. Because there's no way, like, honestly, like, TikToks, while recording a TikTok, like, that's just crazy, bro. Like, people are straight sick nowadays. I honestly need to make sure that I go and look into this, like, honestly look into this, because it just don't make sense, man. That's why I be telling my little sisters, y'all need to watch who y'all hang around. Honestly, man, like, this beautiful young girl just lost her life because she wanted to have fun and thought that she was in a safe environment the whole time she wasn't, man. Prayers out to her and her family.
To resuscitate 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 because she figured it would help with the case. But if anything, it just added to the questions. According to Ronnie, the video makes no sense because there's barely any blood around 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸 in the lobby. I haven't personally seen the video, so I don't really know what to do with that information except to hope that there's some kind of explanation. Sadly, by the time the ambulance arrived, it was too late for 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐸. They tried their best to resuscitate her, but she passed away at the hospital. happened
What?
8 hours after the incident.
So
All that time-
no, that don't even make, now that definitely don't make sense. Because one, how wouldn't you think, like I will hope when something happened to me that my friends call my parents at least first. So y'all honestly decided like for 8 hours, y'all did not think to call her parents? That does not make sense, man. That's real fishy. That's very fishy. I don't care.
Their daughter was
That's
safely
fishy.
having fun with her friends at a party, not bleeding out in some hotel room. Of course, they were horrified and heartbroken when they eventually got the news, and angry. They couldn't understand how this happened. What was their daughter doing at a hotel? Why were there people there with firearms? Why would someone do this?
But I told y'all, man, really nowadays, bro, kids like elementary school kids be carrying straps now. Like it's not even really surprising to know that however old she was, 16, that they was not carrying straps. Because honestly, bro, elementary schools is carrying straps nowadays. Like this world, these kids is different. Honestly.
Those are all questions 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's family still doesn't have the answers to. And that isn't all of them either. The way people have acted in this case has made everyone super suspicious of what happened in the hotel room. For one, why didn't anyone call 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's parents? People at the party knew what had happened, the police knew, and the hotel had to have known. Did no one take a second and think, hey, maybe we should tell 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's parents their daughter has literally died? There are a few conflicting reports, but from what I can tell, her parents eventually got the news from the chaperone, who is the mother of one of the boys at the party. 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's parents never had a reason to suspect something awful had happened to their daughter in her care, as she'd chaperoned house parties before that 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 had attended, and there'd never been an issue. Now, let's talk about the party itself. I've looked at the videos 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 took that night, and what kind of party was this? In all the videos, she's dancing by herself, and in
the only one
where she isn't alone, there's only one other person there. Where the heck was everyone else? The next thing I have to wonder is about what happened at the end of the last video that scared 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 so much. Now knowing what happened to her, like 20 minutes later, all I can think is that someone came into the room that she didn't expect or want to see.
Don't they got cameras?
If she got into a verbal altercation pretty much straight after, it would make sense, right? I don't know, you guys. All I know is that looking at this clip is really tough, knowing that this was the last time she was seen alive.
Sad, man. Sad.
So, naturally, after the news broke about 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's murder, things went nuts. Social media was flooded with tributes to the teen, and as details of the night started to spread, more and more people wanted to know what happened that night. What we do know is that more than likely, 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's killer has been caught. A boy the same age as her was arrested at the scene and charged with her murder. Reports say the two were acquaintances.
That's good.
So they didn't know each other super well. Now, I don't know if this is related to 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 or if he did something to somebody else that night, but one of his charges implies that he may have violated someone. And get this, because the alleged killer is under 18, his name can't be released to the media until he goes to trial. Wow. Does that feel weird to you guys too?
Yeah.
Or is it just me? Like, this is literally kids hurting teens.
Cause how? Like, wasn't 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 Rittenhouse? No, not 𝐂𝐤𝐤 Rittenhouse. The guy who shot up the school, the white kid. Didn't they? Man, come on now. Didn't they release his name? Like probably like a week afterwards in a picture.
Despite the fact that a suspect was arrested at the scene, 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's family is unhappy with the investigation for several reasons. They're especially mad that the chaperone hasn't been charged with anything when she was the one that allowed the situation to take place.
She was responsible for getting the hotel room for these minors. The hotel room was in her name, so I feel like she should be held accountable for my daughter's death as well.
So far at the time of recording, that hasn't happened yet. I agree with 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's mom. Not only did this person straight up lie about where they were taking 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿, but they totally failed to protect her and let a guy with a weapon into the party. A few days after the shooting, protesters gathered outside the hotel to campaign for justice and for the hotel to be held accountable too. In all the reports I read, you guys, there's literally no mention of any of the hotel staff doing anything. Like, was anybody even there? The area vice president of the hotel released a statement to the media calling 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's passing an isolated incident, and so obviously trying to wash any responsibility off of the hotel's hands. The hotel fully cooperated with local authorities related to the incident. Out of respect for the privacy of those involved, we cannot share more specific details on the watching.
Yeah.
So why hasn't anything else happened since January? Honestly, I feel horrible for 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 and her
'Cause she
family.
black.
She was so young and had so much life ahead of her. To have it taken away so suddenly is truly tragic. But what's crazy to think about is how if it weren't for that last TikTok video, would this case even have been so popular in the news? You guys know as well as I do that oftentimes when it comes to POC victims, the media never wants to promote their cases unless it's to do with the police.
Right.
It's sad and scary to think that if it wasn't for her TikTok, there's a chance 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿's murder could have been handled even worse by investigators, since they wouldn't have the scrutiny of the public eye. We'll see if any of that pays off when her alleged killer eventually goes to court. Well, what do you guys think? Do you think
Man, I personally think that dude had to do something with it because it just does not make sense. And I honestly probably got to read into this. I'm pretty sure that they have everybody named like in the media or the news. But she just didn't want to disclose that. I mean, I understand, but definitely rest in peace to that beautiful soul. It's just sad to just to honestly think like, bro, this could have been anybody's little sister or daughter. Like this could have been your little sister or little daughter. You know what I'm saying? Just to think that she's in a safe environment, let alone an Airbnb, but ends up at a hotel with a guy. Like, was she either lying about where she was going and then like something turned left, like she was supposed to go sneaky link with the guy or something, and it turned left? Because I mean, I done stuff like that as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be funny, but I definitely done stuff like that as a kid. So I know, tell my mama going here, then go somewhere else. But I don't know. Definitely, I hope and pray that her families get justice, and whoever is behind this definitely get the get what they deserve. You know, especially in jail. I know they're going to take care of them in jail because anything that's known, especially having to do with a female and male, killing a female in jail, they're going to definitely take care of it, man. But yeah, man, let me know your honest opinion on this situation. This is definitely sketchy. I personally feel like that it was the guy because it seemed like she was dancing. He probably like, hey, what's up with that dancing? And then did, you know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know your honest opinion down below, and definitely prayers out to her family. Hopefully they get the justice that, you know, they deserve. Because nowadays, man, justice for black women, black people in general, melanated people is at an all-time low. You know what I'm saying? Shit, y'all see the 𝐂𝐤𝐤𝐿 situation. You know, he can just go out here and do, man, I'm not going to talk too much on that. Honestly, I don't want to talk too much on that situation. This is not about him. But yeah, I just want to tell y'all that, man. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down below. Make sure to smash the like button, comment, and subscribe for your boy if you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that post notification bell, get notified when I do post another banger, man. And we out.